Your last subject to complete to become a chartered accountant is strategic Capstone. I know many of you are eagerly waiting to know the details about this subject. There's a panic. What this subject is going to be. Is it going to be difficult or easy? How is it going to be different from other subjects? So this is a question that many of you have. So today I am going to give you a brief introduction into this subject. Before giving the details of the subject, I would like to give a brief introduction of myself. I am Prabath. I am going to be the Strategic Capstone lecturer at Infinity Business Space. To talk about my background, I'm an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA UK, and I have earned an MSc in management from the National University of Ireland. Apart from that, right now I'm following my PhD in management as well. To talk about my professional background, I have been serving as a senior manager at one of the leading Big Four accounting firms. After that, I have also served as a head of audit in a number of leading companies, including listed companies as well. Right now, I am working as a general manager audit in one of leading digital companies in Sri Lanka. Okay, so with that, apart from that, I have more than 12 years of lecturing experience as well in a number of domains, number of disciplines, including lecturing experience for local and international finance qualifications for various subjects, disciplines, including business analysis, strategic business reporting, governance and risk management, cost and management accounting, then advanced audit and assurance, and also I have a lecturing experience for international degree programs as well. So with all that academic, professional and experience as well, based on that background and experience as well, I'm in a better position to help you to prepare for this exam as well. And I have extensive experience in dealing with C-suite professionals, including CFOs, CEOs, board directors, as well as board committees as well. So with that experience, definitely I'm going to be able to help you from a more practical and empirical approach to prepare you effectively for this subject. Okay, just to give an introduction to this subject, this strategic capstone. Capstones are by nature introduced to sharpen or improve the practical application skills of professionals. The purpose of this is also, there's another term added, strategic capstone. So to prepare future chartered accountants to apply their technical knowledge along with other important skills in a business context to make sound business judgments. So this is the purpose of introducing this strategic capstones, because there's a expectations gap often about a chartered accountant's ability to apply their skills into real business context. You have technical skills, but your ability to apply those in specific real business context is not sometimes adequate. So to bridge this gap, this particular capstone subject has been introduced. Let's quickly look at the details about this. So why was this strategic capstone introduced? Why is it important? So as reflected here, the important thing is application-based competencies in decision making, because tomorrow's or future even today, current chartered accountants' role as a CFO, for example, is to assist management to make strategic decisions. That's very, very important, because your future career success depends on the success in this particular role. So you should have application-based competencies in decision making, governance, and strategic execution. So you have to make sound strategic decisions, and at the same time governance and strategic execution as well. Not only making strategy, but also execution. It's execution and also governance. We will quickly look at what those are later. And for this role, to be successful in this role, you should have these, acquire, improve, master these skills as well. Critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, and real world application skills. That means you should be able to, as a chartered accountant or C-suite professional, you should be able to analyze and evaluate ambiguous situations. Because today the businesses are facing increasingly sophisticated, uncertain, and ambiguous and dynamic environments. It's challenging. It's not easy. So in such ambiguous situations, how smartly can you analyze and evaluate such business environments? That's an important skill. So you should have critical thinking based on facts, critically evaluate without being biased, objectively, based on facts of the case. So that's an important skill, and you should be able to analyze as well as you should be able to evaluate different options, because there are multiple alternative solutions to a problem. So you should be able to evaluate such alternative options as well, and most importantly, you should be able to challenge assumptions. Challenge assumptions, because we often in our decision making we make assumptions, but you should have this critical thinking skill and problem solving skills where you challenge and critically evaluate these assumptions as well. That's very important, and you should be able to make sound and adequately deep evaluations, because you would see if you are a driver, motorist, you use side mirrors and as well as a rear view mirror when you overtake or when you change lanes, when you reverse, and even when you are parking. What's the purpose of using these mirrors? The reason using those mirrors, you detect any obstacles or dangers. But sometimes still you come across accidents. Why? Sometimes you fail to observe certain things on the mirrors as well. In the tamara, then සමහර වාහනවල ගොඩක් අලුත් වාහනවල තියෙනවා blind spot monitoring systems. ඒ කියන්නේ අර පොඩි බාධකයක්, danger එකක් තිබුණොත් it is detected on the mirror. That assists the motorist to avoid accidents. Same thing in business also. If you don't do adequately deep analysis and evaluation, you are exposed to blind spots. Pain නැති dangers තියෙනවා. ඒ තමයි adequately deep analysis එකක් අපි කරන්න ඕනේ. Blind spots, business blind spots avoid කරන්න. ඒ නිසා make important skills, critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, and real world application skills are very important. This subject has been designed to equip you with these necessary strategic skills. Then strategic capstone subject improves these vital skills. Keep that in mind. Then another important thing is this syllabus, this capstone wants to make you ready for not today, but for the future. The future chartered accountant's role has been in focus when designing this syllabus and the subject. In 10 years' time and beyond, what will be the role of the chartered accountant? That's in mind. So you should take this as not a challenge. Yeah, you have to take it as a challenge. At the same time, it's an opportunity for you to build a remarkable career, because you are going to the professional world not as just a student or a training professional, but a solid professional with the required skill sets to apply. That's very important. Okay, so apart from those, now by the time you reach the strategic level or strategic capstone, you have mastered your technical modules. You have outstanding or very advanced level of technical skills. For example, computations. But what you lack is application skills. So this capstone gives you those, as we discussed, these important critical strategic skills, as well as some other important skills which are needed by a future C-suite professional. Those are your data skills. Your data skills, basically digital skills. These are called enabling skills, which includes data skills, then digital skills as well. Those are very important, because today you would see this discussion globally. All businesses, no matter what their size is, no matter what their nature is, all businesses are driven towards AI and technology, digitalization. So you can't avoid it. You cannot drive away from that. You have to go with that, and you shouldn't be reactive, you should be proactive. අපි ඉන්නෝනේ competition එකේ ඉස්සරහින් successful වෙන්න නම්. එතකොට digital skills are very important in this success journey. And leadership skills, those are basically you can say power skills. Enabling skills, then power skills. Power skills include skills like leadership skills. I'll soon take you through those skills as well briefly. Then ethical skills, because you should do your business in an ethical manner. Right? So those skills are vital. What a strategic capstone does is it integrates your technical knowledge, your power skills, your integrity skills, your enabling skills, and apply them into a real world business context. So this is the purpose of strategic capstone. See how practical, how much it's going to be value adding to the business, and than anything else, how much it's going to improve your profile in future. So take it as an opportunity. Okay, this visualization would help you to grasp this entire crux of it, the gist of it, right? Just look at it. You have technical expertise through your technical modules, technical knowledge. You have mastered it. It's not argumentative. You have those skills. Then you need some important skills. What are they? Enabling skills. For example, your digital skills, data skills. Those are very vital. So those also need to be integrated with your technical expertise. Then power skills. For example, your people skills, your business acumen, then your leadership skills, and so on. Then integrity skills. These types of very vital skills should be integrated with technical expertise, and you should gain skills in applying technical expertise integrated with these skills into your real business world using strategic thinking and application expertise. So this strategic capstone helps you to attain this set of skills. So that's the purpose of this subject. Okay, so just look at these skills again. So technical skills, by the time you reach a strategic capstone, you have acquired from your previous knowledge modules, you have acquired these skills, technical skills. Maybe because you have covered by this time around 12 technical modules under 4 pillars, which gives you these technical skills. Advanced financial accounting and reporting. When you reach strategic level, you have acquired advanced levels of financial accounting and reporting skills, management accounting skills, financial management and strategic finance skills, governance, risk management and assurance skills, as well as your skills with business environment, legal and strategic tax planning. So these advanced levels of knowledge is already with you. Then power skills. Power skills include strong leadership capabilities, because you are going to play at C-suite level a leadership role, maybe as a CFO, then CEO, then board directors, even up to the position of a chairman, right? Chairpersons. So you need these leadership capabilities because those involve leadership roles. So under these leadership skills or power skills, you have communication skills, which are very vital. You may have smart solutions in your paper, but if you can't present it effectively, you can't convince your stakeholders to accept those solutions. So this is very vital, communication skills. Then leadership skills, because you have a lot of leadership roles to play in this. For example, transformation of the business to achieve the objectives. For that you need leadership skills. Then problem solving skills, very important, because boardroom is a question paper. If you have ever sat in a boardroom, what do you hear? What do you hear? Problems, opportunities, solutions. This is the discussion within a boardroom. So your future role will be problem solving. Then business acumen. To find sound business solutions, you should have a thorough advanced level of knowledge about the strategic aspects of your business, your environment. That's called business acumen. That's very vital. Then people skills, because doing business is dealing with people. Your success depends on your relationships, your ability to deal with people effectively. So these are very important skills in future chartered accountant. Then integrity skills. Remember always, the stakeholders want from you to add long-term sustainable value, not short-term value. You can gain short-term value through unethical means. That's possible. But it's not going to be sustainable. But what the shareholders and other stakeholders expect from you to gain long-term sustainable value. That can be achieved only through your ethical decision making. That's why you should consider these business solutions in public interest. So those are sound professional ethical judgments, which comes under integrity skills. Then enabling skills, digital skills, data skills, and sustainability and governance skills. These are today emerging skills and very vital. Business success depends on these skills as well. So the strategic capstone here integrate all these skills and apply them to day-to-day business problems. So these are the skills that you are going to attain by following this subject. Okay, let's quickly look at the exam or your assessment in this subject, strategic capstone. It's basically this assessment of strategic capstone depends on two main types of assessments. One is verbal pitch, other one is paper-based assessment. You are already familiar with paper-based assessments. Even a previous case study also was primarily based on this paper-based assessment. So let's first look at the paper-based assessment. Paper-based assessment is going to be a written examination like many other exams. which is based on a pre-seen, unseen case. At the exam, you get an unseen case. So it's the written examination is based on unseen case, right? So the purpose of this paper-based assessment is to assess the students' application expertise, because you are given before the exam you are given a pre-seen case based on a representative business organization, right, which represents the ambiguous business environment. So it's basically an organization in practice. So the pre-seen case is provided, you analyze that, then at the exam you get an unseen case. Based on that, you have to apply your, as I described earlier, you have to apply your skills to that particular case. So that is a written examination. You need to achieve 50% to pass this cutoff. Then the other important thing which was introduced for this capstone specifically is the verbal pitch. Verbal pitch, it's delivered physically based on the pre-seen information, because you are given, before the exam, you are given a pre-seen case. So you have to analyze that case and make a presentation, verbal presentation in front of a panel of judges, right? So it is based on the pre-seen analysis. You have to make a presentation, maybe 10 minutes presentation, for example. So for that, what is the purpose of this verbal pitch? The purpose is to assess the student's ability to analyze pre-seen information and present the insights effectively. So you have to analyze the pre-seen information and generate insights. Because these insights are going to help you to make sound business decisions. So you have to demonstrate that to the examiner. You have to analyze the pre-seen and generate the insights, strategic insights, and then present it to a panel of judges in the form of a presentation. That's called verbal pitch. The purpose is to demonstrate, improve and demonstrate your presentation skills, quality content presented effectively. That's very important, because eventually this is the role you are going to play within an organization. You have to make a convincing presentation based on your sound analysis. So exam is alone not enough. For that you need to improve your and demonstrate these presentation skills as well. So these are the two main elements of the assessment system for strategic capstone. Okay, and another important thing is, unlike many other professional capstones and case-based evaluations, your strategic capstone has a syllabus as well, very well designed, tailored, customized syllabus as well, coursework with different levels of weightage. So there are basically 7 sub-modules. Strategic thinking with finance expertise, it has a 35% weightage. This basically mainly deals with your strategic analysis and your strategic evaluation skills. So that's a very vital skill that you are going to gain through this strategic capstone. Then corporate risk management. The purpose of this module is to, now you have advanced risk management knowledge. The purpose here is to align the businesses or your risk taking with the corporate objectives of the organization to create long-term sustainable value. That's a skill that is going to be given to you here. Then corporate financial reporting and analysis. That is again going to be very important. For example, by this time you have advanced level of knowledge in financial reporting, including accounting standards. But here the focus is how you can direct that reporting to, let's say, to gain stakeholder trust and enterprise value. So for that alignment, this way of thinking and this set of skills are very vital. Not just reporting something. It's how to align it with the stakeholders' expectations to build their trust on your reporting. Then corporate governance and ethics. This is another important thing. The purpose here is the purpose of governance broadly is to make sure that the objectives of the entity, objectives of the business are achieved. Here what you are going to gain is how to apply your knowledge to make sure that your efforts are directed towards achieving those organizational objectives while balancing, important thing, while balancing stakeholder expectations and interests. Because you have to meet the expectations of diverse stakeholders, how to balance those. So that's a very key consideration of this application skill. Then strategic execution and coaching. You can make strategy, but execution is difficult. That's that needs a lot of commitment, a lot of strategic commitment, and a lot of effort as well. So this module will help you to gain those skills as well. For example, maybe how to create detailed and effective strategic implementation planning, and then advanced performance management systems to measure, monitor, and manage the performance outcomes. So those are going to be very important, and even how to do portfolio evaluations, strategic portfolio evaluations. Those are very vital application skills. So you are going to gain those skills as well here. Then inclusive leadership to include everyone, stakeholders. So the diversity, things like practical concepts, considerations like diversity, equity, and inclusion. For example, how to build a culture of inclusion, inclusive culture within the organization. So that those aspects will be discussed in this module. Then corporate citizenship was emerging concept and very widely accepted today globally. So that is also important. Corporate citizenship, that means integrating sustainability, opportunities, and initiatives in your strategic decision making. So those are again very vital for success. So when you look at this, you would see the syllabus, not only the case, not only the application skills based on a case, there's a separate coursework to give you these application skills as well. So that's going to help you substantially in your future career success. Okay, just about the business case study again, that is going to be based on pre-seen and unseen case materials. So you have to analyze it, evaluate it critically based on facts, and create or generate actionable insights. That's where we are going to train you to do this in our course. Right? It's an application ability. You need to critically analyze and evaluate and generate actionable insights, because these insights, actionable insights, are going to be the base for your decisions, your answers in the exam, as well as your verbal pitch. So this is very important. And remember, the case is going to require you to apply your risk, governance, regulatory factors you identify based on the case in your analysis. And that case represents real-world complexity as well. So it's going to be based on a real-world case, real-world business case. And most importantly, this business case study helps you to navigate real-world business ambiguity. Because you can just think of the environment today's businesses are facing. This is going to be much worse in future. If you just look at what is happening globally over the last few months, what is the business environment organizations are facing today? What are the problems? If you apply business analysis techniques, you would see a lot of challenges facing organizations, like, for example, just think of the geopolitical uncertainty, geopolitical ambiguity globally. Just think of it. Access to markets has become a problem, isn't it? That's a big problem. And tariff changes, worst case right now. And also technological advancement, it's very fast, very fast. Things get obsolete very fast. So this is a reality for businesses. AI, just think of artificial intelligence. Everywhere, everyone talks about. Then rapidly rising input costs, including energy costs. This has become a problem for everyone, all the businesses. Then not only that, a skilled labor shortage. Sri Lanka is specifically facing this issue, Sri Lankan businesses, because of the brain drain. Then not only that, there are a lot of other problems as well, facing exchange rate issues, exchange problems, exchange rate changes. Those have become, Sri Lanka has faced this issue over the past few years. You know how it has affected the businesses. Then supply chain disruptions than ever. This has become a critical problem for most businesses, especially import-based and export-based businesses. Supply chain disruptions. So these have become big problems. So it's like a question paper for businesses. So in this environment, this ambiguous, this uncertain and dynamic environment, you are going to play your role as a C-suite professional in future. So you should be able to navigate that real world business ambiguity and apply your technical and other skills that we are going to learn through this subject in that context. That's very important. And remember, very importantly, you need to, the technical knowledge alone is not enough in this context. So you should apply these skills in this ambiguous environment. That's why this case is based on that ambiguous real world environment. Okay, so that's a brief introduction about the subject. So now I said that this subject is going to be based on application primarily, not theoretical things. What you learned through your knowledge modules are going to be applied into a real business case to come up with very sound business solutions. That's the purpose of this subject. Just think of this. Through these subject modules, just a brief example of how this is going to be used in practice. Through your knowledge modules, and there are some strategic capstone modules as well, through that you sometimes, let's say, you gain some knowledge, advanced knowledge of certain strategic analysis tools, like for example, Porter's 5 forces, SWOT analysis. These are basic models, but just let's take some of those basic models. Then pest analysis, even balanced scorecard, models like that. These are strategic analysis tools, for example, pest and SWOT analysis. So using those, let's say your business is a manufacturing business. That business is, over the past few years, facing a situation where the profit margins are shrinking. That's a problem. Now problem for you to deal with. Then using these models or strategic analysis models, you understand that, and even Porter's 5 forces, you realize that there's enormous pressure from the high bargaining power of global buyers of you. Then at the same time, there's high pressure from, let's say, high price competition from your regional producers or competitors. That is the outcome or the insights you generated based on your strategic analysis. Now there's a question. Based on this analysis, you realize that price-based competition is no longer going to be sustainable. You can't compete on price in this environment. So now there's a question for you, two alternatives primarily. One is, are you going to go for operational restructuring to compete on price, or go for a differentiated product? That means by investing in high value, high performance and high premium sustainable products. So these two options are in front of you. So as a C-suite professional or a CFO or a CEO, you have to consider these. Now you have realized, based on your analysis, application of these theoretical models into your business case, you have realized that price-based competition is not going to be sustainable. So now you have to take a decision out of these two approaches. Strategic choice. So there you have to now go beyond price-based competition for a more practical strategic response. So this is a classic example. Then you can use SWOT analysis in this case to align your internal capabilities with the external opportunities as well. Sometimes I bit maybe scared you about the external environment. Yeah, that's challenging. External environment is right now challenging, but at the same time, remember, this applies not only to you, but also to your competitors as well. All have to face this. And at the same time, this environment brings in a lot of opportunities as well. So that is the role that strategic capstone prepares you to adopt in future. So there's nothing to worry. Remember, this is an opportunity to build a successful and remarkable career in future. You are getting into the profession not as a student, but as a strong C-suite strategic decision maker, strategic thinker. When you successfully complete this module, it's not just passing the exam, but the subject gives you a very vital set of skills which are going to be instrumental in your future career success. So today itself you have to start it. We are there to help you to prepare for the verbal pitch as well as the paper-based exam based on comprehensive application based on pre-seen analysis as well as unseen analysis, and we provide further expert advice by subject matter experts as well on selected complex and important other topics as well. So at Infinity, you are going to get this detailed guidance based on very thorough and comprehensive analysis and coverage of the course by people who have experience, in sufficient experience at these C-suite roles. So today itself you can start today itself, take it as a challenge as well as an opportunity, and good luck as well.